Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. This week I'm sitting in the babysitting room, which is a great place. There's lots of fun things to do here, crayons to draw with, toys to play with. This is really a wonderful, wonderful space. The reason I'm here is because the Torah portion has a lot to teach this Shabbat about parents and children. Usually we learn it one way, but today I want to explore it a slightly different way. You know the story. Isaac and Rebekah finally conceive and have children, and in the womb they're twins and they're fighting with each other, and they come out of the womb and one of the children gets special treatment, and clearly one of them becomes the favorite child. That's Jacob, and Jacob gets special treatment from his mother, and with his mother's help he's able to trick Isaac and so on. And usually we talk about how parents shouldn't pick favorites and how that's a real problem. But I want to look at the other side of that today too. Jacob isn't exactly innocent in this deal. Jacob plays favorites too. Just as Rebekah plays favorites and gives Jacob special treatment over Esau, so does Jacob play favorites and pick Rebekah over Isaac. And just as it's wrong for parents to pick favorites of their children, so too do we have to encourage our children to not pick favorites among their parents. Now we know that's not always easy. Sometimes both parents aren't equally kind. Sometimes both parents aren't always equally deserving of respect. But most of the time, when most parents are, we have to teach both parents and children that picking favorites and taking sides gets us into more difficulties rather than less. This babysitting room is one of those spots where that happens. Because inevitably, a child's doing something, one parent comes in, finds out the child's doing something not right, and gets after the kid a little bit, and then the other parent comes in, and the child immediately, boom, goes off to the new parent who just walks in, as if to say everything is better, and boy, I'm so glad you're here. And the children are learning to play that same game. Now, the astute parent then says to the other parent, what's going on, and they figure it out, and don't let the child get away with it. Our Torah portion doesn't quite have that. Our Torah portion has Jacob getting away with picking favorites every bit as much as Rebekah gets away with it. And so the lesson for us is we need to be really careful. It is not a one-directional issue. It is a multi-directional issue. It's not just about parents to children, it's about children to parents, it's about siblings to each other, it's about friends to each other. We need to be really cautious to make sure that we're treating people fairly. It's not that we can't have favorites and have a best friend or someone we love more than others. That's all well and good. But how we treat somebody, that's the place where we have to show a real level of equality as much as humanly possible. I hope you'll join us equally for Shabbat services Friday evening. Services will be here at the temple at 6 o'clock. We'll be in the sanctuary. Our children's choir will be leading us in worship, and that's always a wonderful and warm service filled with all sorts of joy and excitement. Saturday morning, Shabbat morning, text study at 9, Torah study at 10, services at 11. We also have Tat Shabbat Saturday morning. You should have received an Evite by now for Tat Shabbat if you have someone in your family who is of the right age. And we hope you'll join us for that. We're also at the point now where we're collecting turkeys for Thanksgiving for our food pantry. So now is a wonderful time to drop off a turkey at the temple office. We serve about 75 or 100 families in need, and they light up when they get that turkey at the holiday time. So if you get the chance, go over and buy a turkey. They're on sale now at almost every drugstore or grocery store rather. Go pick one up and bring one here to the pantry. Coming up next week, we have Thanksgiving, so things are a little bit more mellow. But the first Shabbat after Thanksgiving, Friday, December 1st, we have a very special Shabbat. Services will be at 7:30 that night rather than 6 o'clock, so it'll be a 7:30 service with an oneg afterwards. And the Chancellor of Syracuse University, Kent Siveru, will be our guest and will speak during services. This is a wonderful opportunity for us to build stronger relationships with our university neighbors. It's also the first time in history that a chancellor from SU will be speaking at any of the local synagogues, and we're thrilled to be able to be the synagogue hosting him. That'll be on December 1st on Friday, and we hope you'll join us. For now, I wish you a Shabbat of thinking of equality, thinking of how we can make our relationships more balanced in every direction, and how we can find a way to not play favorites. Our world needs us to see each other as equals, to see each other as all children of the same God, as equal partners with that God in making the world better. It starts with us not playing favorites. So I hope you'll spend some time thinking about that and acting on that, as I know I will. For now, Shabbat Shalom. Look forward to seeing you in the babysitting room or any place else in Temple.